Wow, this is one of those videos you look at in the middle of winter to give you some inspiration to get back on the bike. Outrageously bonkers weather for the time of year. And the first week in September. Okay. Oh boy, let's go. First few minutes of the ride, the tree point should be glowing white at the top there. It's just down these paving stones. These carry on for a bit, so I'll turn the video off after I've done this. But they're a very, very special place, this. It's quite busy considering it's still like 7:45 in the morning. So you could just absolutely pummel down all of this, but it's such a rare event to have the place in such good condition. Just sort of bobbing along and going with the flow, because it's just gorgeous talking to people. Look at the sunrise. Absolutely exceptional experience, this one. There are some technical sections. So as I already said, we're in the middle of this extremely rare, bizarre, quite scary weather event. Taking the advantage to ride up on these moors with weather like this because it doesn't damage them. It's definitely not a wet ride, this. It's all very bumpy. So I'm still trying to set up the suspension on this Jade X that I've put on my Giant Rain. And today's settings are loads and loads and loads of air in the bladder for the compression circuit, whilst keeping it quite saggy, but I've got a progressive spring. And this is to try and calm the shock down. It's very lively on this suspension platform, and thus far it's working great. It means the trail setting is basically a climb setting now, but I'm alright with that. There we go. Nice little grouse first thing in the morning. Look at this. Sun's just rising. Kind of morning golden hour, really. Little bit of a cloud inversion, not as good as I was hoping, but I think it's just too hot. It's 20 degrees centigrade at 5:15 in the morning. I mean, what? Look at that. Definition of Peak District stunning. Taking advantage of the brilliantly dry weather to ride on dry peat. Bit of a twitch at the end. There we go. From there down to there, an absolute classic ride. And look at much more flowing now, but also much more used, so unlikely to get a sort of clear run at it. Whoops. And the sheep don't help either, little guys. Little to say about this, really famous, loads of videos about it, off Wimble Wobble Hill or whatever it's called. Couple of tight bits, but generally low technicality, high flow. Great in the dry. Interesting bit here that was resurfaced some years ago. It seems like yesterday, but I bet it was ages ago. And this is an absolutely brilliant example of how to improve what was always quite difficult to walk and ride into something that's sustainable but also interesting. Yeah, just starting to descend now. Not been down here for ages. It's a sketch-orama. Wow, that was approaching unpleasant actually. Okay, final section. Still quite a lot left there, if memory serves me right. Or maybe not. Still continues with interest, I think would be the phraseology. Morning. Just finishing off on a little run on the other side of the valley. Really good this, not ridden it for, gosh, since last year. Whoops. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Okay, just finishing off on the trail on the other side of the valley. Whoop. And that's it. Cracking morning. Done by, I don't know, it's probably about 10 o'clock. Excellent, smashing. Thanks for watching, see you later.